that we done before. It's like J. Cole or Lupe. I think I did that one with you or something like that.
I don't think it was with me. That doesn't sound familiar, bro.
But there's this may be a new segment called This or That. It's kind of similar to the big question. But would you rather have this, find love and lose it, or that, never experience love? Which would you rather? And this kind of a deeper one. We don't usually go to like topics like this on No Filter. This kind of a little.
That's true.
This kind of more thought provoking question. For me personally, since I've had this, I'll give you a second to think about it. Since I obviously
it just all clicked with me, but still go ahead.
I created this question. Me personally, I'd rather find love and then lose it, just because then I've had that happen to me before, multiple times. But that gives me, in my creativeness, that give me shit to write about. That help me make songs. Can take me to a place, just different shit. Rather than if I never experienced love, then nigga, I can't talk about it. Nigga, I've never experienced it. So I'd rather at least have the experience and have lost it and be able to make music about it, still be able to search for it type shit, know what I want rather than never experiencing it.
See, you actually kind of changed my perspective a little bit, because that was well said, for sure. But because there's really just one person throughout my life that I actually feel, outside of family, that I've actually like loved. Yeah. And it went poorly at the end, and I never felt like I really wanted it to end. So like then I guess my answer now is like I kind of wish that I had never experienced love and I'd never had to feel it, and feel sometimes, because of how my situation played out and all the cards that were dealt in it, I just wonder what if things were different, what if the timing was different, what if this, what if that, because I'm still friends with this person, and like there's always still pieces of me that is like, oh, like that could still maybe be a thing, but like, oh, no. So it's just like, because of how my situation was and just the way that I'm wired, I think partially for sure, it's just like I kind of wish I'd never found it, and I just didn't know what it felt like.
I definitely.
But like also, I definitely get what you're saying though, because like there's pieces of, I mean, whether it's in the couple of like songs I've toyed around with writing, or even some stand-up stuff that I've been working on, like there's pieces of it in there. So like, because like I'm also a firm believer in all of your experiences being good or bad, they build you up, and they help you figure out where you need to be and what you need to be doing at a given time. So like, just your past experiences influence your future. So it's relative, but I guess personally for me it would be, I wish I'd never had it.
Nah, but I definitely feel that too, because it's just like shit. Like if I never had it, nigga, I wouldn't have felt the pain that came at that time. You wouldn't still think about the shit, because like you said, you still think about blah blah blah, and I definitely feel that there be times you just like, because you remember like the good times and shit that happened, nigga.
What made you get to the place of love in the first place? It's those things that always stick with you. Yeah. But then also there's also times where I remember like the worst of it, and I'm like, oh, it's probably good that this didn't pan out. Right. But then it's also, I get to the place in my head where I'm like, oh, but we've both grown, we're both older, so like what if now? And it's just like, but is that even worth the thought, like the time, blah blah blah. Right. This is really a much deeper situation for me. I have a lot of thoughts on this this one with past loves. So I could go a whole episode on this one, but I don't think it would be our worst episode. They'd be like, these dudes are talking. There's not been one joke.
These niggas soft.
Like I think
these niggas some bitches.
I think that cracker cried. He's some kind of pussy, bro.
So yeah, hit us up, man. Let us know which one you rather have. Would you rather have this, or would you rather have that?
You have another reason than what we have for why you choose what you choose. Because yeah, I mean it's interesting. I feel like you definitely really know when you've really felt love for sure. Yeah. But I mean I definitely know people who have not yet in their life really experienced like being in love.
Yeah.
But like I feel like you really know.
I feel like I know somebody like that too, but they definitely got a whole girl and shit. But like, I feel like this nigga just ain't never been in love with her. Cause he fucking, just the way niggas act, bro. Or maybe it's everybody act differently, obviously, but I just feel like sometimes niggas act like the way they act is like, nigga, you don't love that bitch because you wouldn't do that shit if you really love that bitch. So it's just
facts.
Like, right.
But yeah, definitely hit us up. Topher Stetzel on Twitter for me, and something else for Instagram. But hit me up on Twitter, Topher Stetzel.
Right, Black on Black. That's on Instagram and fucking Twitter for me. Make sure you follow our page, Raw Rational.
I should really consolidate my handles so it's easier for sure.
So, next segment. This is one we didn't have one last week, but we